No, I mean like it's behaving like a Monday. Like it's being like that stereotypical asshole Monday. And I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Oh my god, man. How was your weekend?
It was good, man. Father's Day weekend, and thanks to an amazing girlfriend and an amazing daughter, it went really well. I got balloons.
Ooh, balloons
Dude,
are
I've
cool.
never gotten balloons in my life. So
Never.
it was weird.
Welcome to the show. Today's episode is proudly sponsored by Grow Generation, where the pros go to grow. More on them in a bit. Yeah, I think someone gave me flowers once, and that was weird. I don't.
Oh,
I think I was sick, like maybe in a hospital, so that's like not as weird.
oh yeah.
But it was. It wasn't like they just left it there. It was like they brought it, and yeah, it was just kind of weird. So, anyways, yeah. To everyone that didn't see LRM's Twitter post with the Darth Vader Happy Father's Day message, which I thought was quite fitting. I hope everyone out there that is a father that's being a dad in their kids' lives had a good one in some form or another, either by letter, video call, direct contact, whatever. Hope it went well.
Also, father
Um,
figures
yeah.
that
What's that?
that have taken up, that
Yes.
stepped up when sometimes in certain situations, man, there's a piece of shit who just
Yep.
not there.
Like I said, the idea of I almost wish we could call it Dad's Day instead, because anyone can donate
Are you trying to
a few
culturally
minutes.
appropriate something?
No,
You are, huh? Oh my
cultural
god, there you
appropriate
go.
something. No, no.
Kyle's part of cancel culture now.
I
He's part
want.
of.
I just saying that anyone can dump some seed and not be a part of someone's life. It's always someone special that can be a dad. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't have to be the DNA thing, like
Yeah.
you were just saying. That's what I was getting at. I was agreeing with you. See, see,
so, so
trying to rile me up, and oh
of
my
course,
god, my
that's what I'm trying
phone.
to do.
Um,
So, so something really cool that happened over the weekend that you'll
what's that?
appreciate is we all watched Ghostbusters and
Yes.
Ghostbusters 2.
And what was the verdict?
The films were really well made, especially considering the fact that the first Ghostbusters was made in 1984.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, the biggest question that came out of Ghostbusters was Sigourney Weaver considered, like, one of, a babe back then? Was she,
No.
like, because that was a question that came up with my girlfriend, and I was like, you're gonna have to ask your dad.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to ask that older generation.
I can remember growing up all my life and wondering about that because she was using several things, and this is a great conversation here, bringing up Sigourney Weaver, fucking certified badass. All right.
Absolutely.
Dealt with fucking demon dogs and a demigod from another dimension, fucking xenomorphs a few
Yeah.
times. Dealt with being in a really shitty fucking sequel with xenomorphs a couple of times.
Avatar.
Look, she's a great actress. There's nothing wrong with Sigourney Weaver, but growing up, 80s 90s, like I did, I'm used to there being some eye candy.
Right.
For
Mhm.
example, Princess Leia in Star Wars is attractive, but they're not until Return of the Jedi. They don't over sexualize her at all, but you can clearly look at her and see in, I guess, averages, rule of averages in general population, somebody would find Princess Leia's face potentially more attractive than Sigourney Weaver's from Alien to Star Wars directly, right? But that just goes back to show that how progressive and how far advanced sci-fi really was, to look
Sci-fi,
at
yes.
Sigourney Weaver and be like, badass, go for it. I mean, when she auditioned, this is her from her word of mouth. When she auditioned for the part, she did the dog scene. Like, got up on the casting couch, was barking and growling like a dog. Like, fucking, I don't give a shit like what level of attractiveness people have for her. She's badass, man. But no, not even my dad. Asking him and some of the like Gen Xer cousins that I have that were a little older, none of them really found her to be like a babe, so to speak, for an 80s movie. She was just
Really
Sigourney
good.
Weaver, an outstanding actress that was either being funny or kicking ass or sometimes doing both.
Yeah, well, I mean, to your point, also staying with sci-fi had the first interracial kiss on television
Mm-hmm.
in Star Trek.
Yep.
So, suck it, everyone else, because sci-fi,
I'll
sci-fi,
tell you.
you know what it is? I think is also sci-fi takes a lot more risks because of the fact that they don't necessarily expect to have the greatest audience after either way. I think it's like, well, we're sci-fi and people think we're nerds and whatever, so let's try this anyway. And then you end
I
up
could
with
kind of see something like that. Yeah.
really good moments, and you end up with great moments in
Excuse.
history in sci-fi.
I mean, look at George Lucas pushing the limits of what people in America in the 1980s were willing to take as far as incest.
Yeah, I know. Well, let's stay
That's
with the
because
80s.
Cam, he thinks that it was planned for Leia to be the sister in at least Empire. He does agree it might not have been planned for a New Hope, but he
Mhm.
thinks from Empire that even with the kiss, like it was an intentional thing. And he makes a point in our Cantina review episode of Empire Strikes Back, available here on YouTube. Hit that red subscribe button, and over on some of our podcasts for certain on SoundCloud, because they have our whole library, so that's pretty cool. But anyways, he makes out that point, and it was just that's funny to me.
Well,
Sorry.
yeah, you're absolutely right. Well, sorry. Yeah, it's speaking of the 80s, let's stay on the 80s. This weekend was the 29th anniversary of Batman Returns, which is funny
I love Batman
because
Returns.
Batman returned over the weekend, Kyle.
I know
Set us
he
off in the right
did.
direction.
I'm trying to get us the Twitter images right now, because that whole thing about freaking storing photos on our server and yada yada yada. Where is it at? Anyways, keep talking. Batman.
Yeah, over the weekend we got our first look at
Here we
some
go.
photos from the Flash movie by
Which is
Andrea.
actually happening. It's for
Yeah,
real.
yeah, that's actually a very good point. It's actually happening, which is the most important part. I mean, how many years has it been now? Flash is happening, Flash is not happening. Directors up, down, Ezra Miller in, out. Frank Miller even writing something.
I know, right?
So many things going on.
Da, da,
Poor.
da.
Here it is. Oh, dude, I saw that, man, and I was like,
Oh,
as
there he is.
as amazing as The Dark Knight is, which is I think the best Batman film ever made. Uh,
Sure, why not?
uh, Batman Returns always has a special place in my heart as the first Batman film
Me
I ever
too.
watched.
Well, that wasn't my first, but because he fucking kills a clown with a bomb in a sewer. I love it. He like straps the bomb on dude, like pushes him in a
You
sewer, and
see, and back then I thought nothing of it. I thought it
dead.
was just a badass scene, right? He
Yeah,
pulls a
no,
sword out of a dude's mouth.
that definitely killed him, because that dude
And
definitely was not relaxed or
no,
expecting it or anything. So
absolutely
that
no.
definitely killed him.
Yeah, so and then you wonder if Batman did some of those things now, i.e., like like in Batman v Superman, people are like, oh my god, Batman doesn't do that. Like it's a movie. Relax.
Yeah.
But I mean, look at all the characters we got to see yesterday on set. Sasha Calle as the
Mm-hmm.
amazing Supergirl that she's going to be. And then we saw Ezra Miller, obviously, with the little bling on his finger. I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
you're able. Obviously, there's a closer shot of it that I saw, where he's wearing a little ring right there, and then just Chrissy Clemens also as Iris West. So it's happening, man. Whatever this scene is, I think it's going to be a very big deal because I
Well,
think this
this is
is a
him
super.
working at the police department by now, right? Should be.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
should
Yeah.
be. What it looks like, I think this is Supergirl's reveal.
Ah.
It seems like it would be, but they're having a press conference and she flies down all of a sudden.
Yeah. Yeah. There's that door frame right there, and right there, and the
But
same
I'm digging the hair though. I'm gonna tell you
columns.
that the black
Her
hair.
her hair.
Yeah.
I'm not a short hair guy, so it doesn't it fits her. It's just I don't like short hair. But the suit, dude, is legit. I like the lighted blue. I almost there's a optical illusion that almost makes it look like the wrist has ridges, like almost like Batman ridges at first. I was like, what is that? And no, it's just the texturing of it. Um, the texture, we can see they've got similar shots with the on-screen suit for Henry Cavill's suits, and we can see some similar texturing. So I'm guessing they're gonna go with, hey, there's a certain Kryptonian style.
Mhm.
But there's also some textures that we don't see up here around the neck. Now, things on costumes always get touched up in post. For example, the harness here, which seems to try to bleed in with where abs will be featured. And you can see some featured abs there. I was worried at first until I saw this part with the harness, because I was, what is going on there?
Well, yeah, I saw the first. You texted me about it, and I was like, dude, that's a harness, hands down a harness. And
that
but
was weird. I was like, I know you can do a lot in post, but I'll say this. Okay, let's talk about something weird, because you kind of started it with the Sigourney Weaver thing. There was some complaints about the Supergirl costume. Did you hear?
no,
Yes. Okay, so I've said I didn't care for this Supergirl show. I like the character. I think
Oh, dude, if whoever
Melissa.
did,
What's
no,
that?
no, I was gonna rant. Go ahead.
Yeah, no. I think she does an amazing job on all of the crossovers, but her show I couldn't get into it. But I enjoyed watching her interact with Oliver and with Barry and everyone else. But what was really funny to me was that first or second episode where she's trying to get the costume, and they poke some fun at the overly conservative and the overly sexualized stuff that we've seen from the comics, before settling on a very, what I thought was a very tasteful and good modern Supergirl outfit. And then they upped it to change it to fit in a little bit more with their Superman and the
Mm-hmm.
DCEU's Superman. And you had people complaining because, oh, now you can't see her legs anymore. And people basically made the same complaint as soon as this costume was revealed. It's like, oh, where's Supergirl's legs? Now look, don't get me wrong, I'm all about legs that look nice. Anybody that isn't, whatever, to each their own.
Reference to the Lady Legacy episodes on Teen Titans Go.
Exactly. I dig nice legs. Anyways, the point is look, I do hate people that on one hand will say go female liberation, have as much sex as you want. They do the Sierra Lima uniform tango walks out there, and that gets all sorts of support. But anytime those same body parts are displayed where other people might be appreciating them, and you guys, I hope you understand all the PC YouTube safe words that I'm using, it's a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't have it both ways. Now that's not saying anyone deserves any catcalls or harassment or anything like that. But the idea that we can't have sexy female characters in a comic book because men will like it, but at the same time, we must support women being overly sexualized themselves, and this is their trying to use these PC fucking terms.
No, and that's dude, and
Do
that's
you know what I'm trying to get at though?
you have, yeah, we're on this line where it's like, oh, you can't like something like that because it's over sexualized, but then there's also a split between women, between that being more for guys and then being able to show off your body as empowerment,
Right. That's what I'm
right?
saying. We're
So
trying to be asked to accept two realities at one time, and that doesn't work, and it causes two big things. Number one, it causes legit confusion. Like right here, I
mhm.
don't even know what terms to use because I'm not trying to pick a side or make any statement other than this. I believe people should be able to do whatever the hell they want. If a production for a series wants super sexy costumes and the actors and actresses agree to them, so be it. And then another studio doesn't, so be it. The
well well
audience gets to
also
choose.
well also it depends on the theme of the show and the
Right.
character, because
Exactly.
for example, Wonder Woman would not wear so much stuff because she needs to be light on her feet, and but
Right.
she wears all the legs and stuff and
Mm-hmm.
whatever. But as a warrior, you're not wearing a ton of stuff on you.
No,
And then
no.
depending on the character, if it fits the character,
Mm-hmm.
then so be it. Like,
Exactly. And I always wondered this, and the reason why I brought up the stuff like the S walks and the empowerment movement of female, I don't want to say oversex, because is it you, as long as it's you choosing how much you're revealing, or how much suggestiveness in your walk or your talk, that's up to
mhm.
you. As long as you're choosing that, I don't, you do you. My only question is, do we ever consider that while a real living female goes, hey, I consider bearing some cleavage as empowering, let's say, for example, you know why can't a comic book female think the same thing? Like, why does it automatically have to be, oh, you only drew it for the males, when we consider comic book sales amongst females have grown quite a bit? It's just, it's that line of, like you said, it's trying to accept two things at once, and I don't know how to do it.
Mhm.
Like, I see nothing wrong with this costume. I don't. Melissa Benoist, or Benoit, but it's fucking weird French Canadian stuff, isn't it?
Benoit.
Yeah, there you go. Because I always think of Chris Benoit, the actor, but she's got
I'm
that S
sorry,
in
did you
there,
say Chris Benoit, the actor?
or the wrestler. Sorry.
Okay.
But she, the actress, has the S in her name, and it always throws me off. But the whole point is, like, her original outfit was fine. I could see that being, you know, in a modern era, but I can also see these being completely in the modern era. Someone may have selected it specifically to be anti over sexualization, but I think it's just a decent costume choice. Do you have any issues with it at all, dude?
No, dude, it's phenomenal. It's right out of Tom Taylor's book. I love it. I love the short hair, the black hair. I mean, I've don't get me wrong. I've really enjoyed what Melissa Benoist has done to Supergirl, and I'm very grateful for it, because I think she's been a good role model for girls, and necessarily and touched on a lot of good topics. And I've enjoyed the show well enough. I'll be
Yeah.
not necessarily, maybe not this last season as much, but overall, I've really enjoyed some of the storylines, uh, and just individual characters more than anything else, I think. But yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with this. There's nothing wrong with an evolution of a uniform,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't know necessarily how I ever felt about the skirt period,
Mm-hmm.
because it doesn't necessarily, it won't necessarily fit the mold of a hero if you think about it. Like, why would they give a skirt to just the girls? Why wouldn't they just
Mm-hmm.
make it more convenient to not have it? Especially in space, especially for another for an alien race.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
I think it's great, and I can't wait to see her with a cape, and I can't wait to just see more of it, and to see her, to see the final cut of what she's gonna look like, and see her in the film now. To me, it's exciting, man. She's a Latina. She's playing just a mainstream character that everybody knows and loves. Um, well, apparently not some of the internet, but anyone who says that this isn't Supergirl because A, she's not showing her legs, or B, she's
Uh,
not blonde, or C, because you're just a piece of shit. Whatever. But and I know we're talking about this quite a bit, but dude, Michael Keaton was on set as Bruce Wayne. Oh, man.
Michael Keaton's on set
That's
as
that's
Bruce Wayne.
that will
Dude,
for I,
he's
that will forever be my Batman, my
but
Bruce Wayne.
he's on set of the Flash. Like it's actually happening. Like
Dude, yes, I know.
I
It's beautiful. It's wonderful.
I'm on record on this show on those fanboys from like 2018 of being like, I do not believe it until I see like
There it is.
frame one, scene one, or set footage, and
They're
then
gonna cut
I've
his
seen
whole scene.
both. They tricked us at first because the very first image was from his wife, was from Machete's wife from across the way of the studio, and she's like, right now in there is at Michael Machete, right? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
She's like at my husband filming the Flash, and I'm like, I
I
don't
know Andy
believe it.
Machete.
I can't.
Sorry,
Andy, there it is,
I was
Andy.
like, whoa,
It's
wait a
like,
minute.
is his wife Michelle? Maybe I don't know. Anyways, but she's like, he's over there filming. I don't see anything. I don't fucking believe that shit. It wasn't until I actually saw set photos I was like, okay, okay, and then the logo. Okay, it's happening. It's happening. It's coming out. It finally is. You somehow got Justice League out twice, three versions. If you include Black or Justice and Gray, you get all of that. Two Wonder Woman films, a Batman v Superman. You get all of that without a Flash movie. What the fuck?
And then the really sad thing is that Zack Snyder's Justice League really highlighted the potential of what they were going to do with Ezra
Mm-hmm.
Miller, and I thought that ending was so much more beautiful than what they originally had.
The ending is better. I don't know
Um,
if it's worth all the extra time and stupid slow mo to get to
well,
it,
well,
but
but the thing about it is that that's what it was supposed to be.
yeah.
It's not like
No,
it
no, no,
was.
not his slow mo. The rest of the movie's slow mo to
Oh,
get to
okay. Yeah,
it.
so like he added that lightheartedness flash that we needed,
Mhm.
but Whedon decided that we didn't, and I'm very confused as to why.
Because he
I like
tried to up the comedy on the other
I
group.
know, but he offered very sensible comedy that
Yeah,
wasn't over the top. He didn't need to be in Wonder Woman's chest
yeah.
in order to do that, and that was very kind of disheartening. But I'm
I
very upset.
I I did find the whole "Hi Barry, I'm Diana" line being in the Snyder version that was part of Snyder and Terrio's writing. I was like, really? I'll tell you, the most upsetting thing was the whole let's I'm Batman. I don't know where these people are being taken from these two cities, and I'm talking to the police commissioner, and then Cyborg says they're going to this island. So, okay, everyone, let's hop on the plane and go to this island. While I'm sitting there watching Zack Snyder's Justice League, I'm like, please don't get off this fucking thing and say, Alfred, where are we? Please don't do it. Please, Alfred, where are we? Oh God, you wrote that? No. And you didn't go in and cut that out? What the fuck, Zach? Did you literally use every frame? That was some of the worst. I couldn't believe that was left. I need a break. Grow Generation, give me a break, please.
Grow Generation, where the pros go to grow. For all of your cultivation needs, Grow Generation has the right products, service and staff to make your grow successful. Go to www.growgeneration.com, where the pros go to grow.
Okay.
So here's an interesting thing also, just to wrap up that Flash one.
Yeah,
in
sure.
one of the set photos for the Flash, it seems that this DCEU does still contain some, the rest of the characters, because there's a bus that says Central City Children's Fund, and it has Wonder Woman on it. So just in case anyone's thinking that it's anything different, we're still in the DCEU. But anywho, let's switch it up a little bit, because as much as I want to talk about Supergirl the rest of the day, we have something else I want to talk about, and that's the new Snake Eyes trailer that got dropped.
I am bringing it up right now.
So I have a question for you afterwards, because the thing is, I'm not really well versed in G.I. Joe. So there's a really big question I have that may bring up a continuity issue with if this movie is in fact connected with the other ones.
Yeah, it's playing through the ad real quick, and then I'm gonna shrink it down low enough that I can hopefully show it and us not get freaking demonetized down again on another episode over an entertainment company. Anyways, whatever. I mean, they send us this stuff, like, legit, guys, like, send us, hey, could you please put this on your channel? And we're like, yeah, sure, no problem. And yeah, anyways, it happens. Screen 2 share. Here we go. All right, can I show my video panel? All right, so let's check this out. I'll turn on the sound very lightly so I can cover it up later. All right, we got a fight going on. Looks like it's doing some up close, but also some cutaways.
I don't think we're supposed to be playing sound. That was the biggest issue.
What's that?
I don't think we're supposed to be playing sound. I think that's the
no, dude. I didn't play any sound on the Netflix one. As long as you can't hear the music and stuff.
Okay.
So that's why I have all the alternate audio tracks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so.
Well, the thing is we're seeing kind of origins of who Snake Eyes is supposed to be.
Right. When him and the guy that works for Cobra were both part of the same group, same training group.
Yeah. So.
And this is all comic book stuff. None of this is cartoon stuff.
Okay. So. All right. So there's different origins of how Snake Eyes became Snake Eyes. Then.
Kind of, sort of. So it, of course, in the original cartoons and stuff, it's a lot of the backstories were built in the toys, like the flavor, if you will, description on cards and stuff. So you would learn Snake Eyes, and I can't remember what is the other guy's name? Shadow something, Shadow whatever, Snake Eyes and Shadow or whatever it is. And then there's Scarlet.
Storm.
I've been following you for some time. Do I know you?
Ooh, it's Ursula.
Oh yeah.
Or Barrow.
So, anyways, you would learn that they had history, that they were trained at the same dojo or clan or whatever word that they might use. Now, this trailer does actually look better than that first one. I'll say that 100%. I don't give two shits about G.I. Joe movies, but as an action movie, that actually interested me a bit more. What other question did you have?
Well, because my question was if this has supposed to connect with the other films at all, because the other films took Snake Eyes. If I'm right, if I'm wrong, if I'm remembering it wrong, then please, correct me. I thought that they had known each other since they were kids,
Yeah.
and one of them killed their master,
Yes. And
and
this
then
is
it set up
part of
that
that.
rivalry.
Yes.
But so did they, and so in this film, did they already know each other? One,
Mm-hmm.
and B, I thought that he was silent already before, from that moment on.
Now that I'm not 100% clear on. That general story about knowing each other, training since they were
Yeah.
young, and then one of them betraying. Yes, that's all. And this looks to maybe like it'll touch on it and then jump ahead to their rivalry, but the silence thing, I'm not 100% certain on that.
I don't know. Like I said,
Yeah.
not the biggest G.I. Joe fan, because that's a little bit past my time. So
You mean before?
yeah, whatever, something like that. I never played with male Barbies, so.
Anyways,
I had Turtles, bro, and
I had those
Power Rangers
too. Had those two. I have those.
By the way, that's a joke because I know how much people say that.
But what'd you think of this second trailer versus
I
the first one?
like the second trailer as an action film.
Exactly.
But the thing is, I was confused a little bit by the previous G.I. Joe movies. I'm like, I
don't know how much they're gonna connect, if they're gonna be like, okay, yeah, loosely some of this stuff either has happened or will happen. I don't know. Hasbro seems keen on doing these kind of this new version of like a transitional soft reboot to where they can kind of put one leg on each side like they did with Bumblebee, and they're like, okay, wait, this is a prequel. Okay, no. This is actually the beginning of a new thing. And
if it's the beginning of a new thing, fine. Whatever.
I think this might be something similar, because this has been in development for a while. The idea of it, and first of all, the whole G.I. Joe origins, like X-Men origin. Remember, we were gonna get X-Men Origins Wolverine, X-Men Origins Magneto, and what is up with some of these studios
that could have been a good thing. That could have been a good thing. Unfortunately, they just did not.
No, I'm just talking the title.
Whatever. It was gonna be fine because I was looking forward to the origin of like Wolverine or whatever, and then they fucked up my favorite X-Men of all time, and then they messed up Deadpool so bad that Ryan Reynolds needed to redeem it and start his own franchise practically with Deadpool.
Wait, your favorite X-Men of all time is Gambit?
It is.
Do you see how I know that, ladies and gentlemen? Me and him have never talked this movie, and all I heard him say was they fucked up my favorite X-Men, and I already knew who it was. It wasn't Emma Frost. They did fuck her up too. Wolverine was already, in my opinion, fucked up. It was movie Wolverine, so it was still okay, but it wasn't my Wolverine. And we all knew Deadpool's not an X-Men, so yeah, just fucking god damn it, dude. How did we have so many X-Men films and get one thing with he was a lead character in the comics, in the 90s cartoon, like he's an integral part of Rogue. What the fuck?
Yeah, the relationship between Rogue and Gambit is one of the greatest things in X-Men. I like that relationship better than I like Cyclops and Jean Grey.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't know. That's a Fox thing, man. And that was a Fox thing. So
yeah. Fox,
you know what? I sat next to Simon Kinberg. I should have shook him and be like, "Why did you do that to my?" I sat next to him, man. He was right there next to me. Oh man. So I shook him. I would have got kicked out, of course, but I would have gotten a lot of I would have got a lot of love from the X-Men community. I think
that's like that's like me. Like, I need a good like cry yell at George Lucas. Like, I need a good solid like 20 minutes of me screaming at him of how much I fucking hate this, and this, but God damn it, thank you so much for Star Wars 1977. I can't, like, I need one of those moments with him because everything started in fucking 1997 with the special edition and trying to change how Han and the Greedo situation went down. That was it. From there, people, it's been a fucking horrible rocky roller coaster ride to the fucking bottom. Oh man, I forgot what video I was going to look up. We were talking G.I. Joe, Hasbro. I can't remember. It was something funny I wanted to show you, but yeah.
I mean, yeah, just there's a couple of times in film that I wish I can do that. I think that also Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 3. So what were you thinking with Venom?
Well,
I don't understand.
He took responsibility, but he did admit that there was studio pressure.
Oh,
he said
okay,
it was my responsibility, that I should have said no, but money, contracts, being blacklisted. There's a lot of things that go into.
The other assholes like that. He's like, hey, I don't think this is a good idea. Studios,
It's
do it anyway.
It's so Sony.
And then after the movie's over, the studios, this was a bad idea. Sam Raimi was like, what the fuck? At studios, you could have said no. And then they just walk out of the room and he's just left there.
I could dead set see someone. I don't know if Amy Pascal was maybe it was Avia, everyone's favorite AA.
Everyone's favorite AA, yeah.
Maybe it was him. Sam, you could have said no. Fuck you. That How I Met Your Mother, where they have the room for firing, and they want Ted to build another firing room like three floors up, but he decides that he wants people to get fired and go through some like metaphorical birthing canal to be reborn to go seek out their new. And the boss is like, that sounds like a really good idea. Can you come here real quick? I just want to check the dimensions or something. Like, takes it to the regular firing room. But what they show is, like, in the security footage, most of the people that get fired attack the boss, like Barney. Barney sleeps with someone, then fires them. It's such a funny show. It's so terrible, and couldn't be made today, and that's sad. Oh man, Amelia Clark said something secretive about Secret Invasion. She says, the first people I spoke to with Marvel was their security team. I live in fear that something is going to happen. I'm going to say something, they'll get upset. I play a character that I'm super into everything about it. That's a whole bunch of fucking nothing. You play a character that you are super into everything about it. So let's talk about Amelia Clark. I know 3 projects from her: Game of Thrones, Solo, and a Christmas rom-com. What else do you know? Anything?
I don't know anything.
Exactly. So it's like, what in God's name can I glean from that? Like, you could be anyone. You've played a character that shoots people. You've played a character that rides dragons. So you're playing a fighting character in a Marvel movie. Or show. Let me get my son's poster with like 300 characters on it.
Yeah, all of them. Not all of them, but
yeah, no, it's 2021, Manny. It definitely could be all of them.
This is true. There's some characters out there doing things.
Wait, did I just say it's 2020?
No, you said 20. I think you said 2021. Unless I heard 2021 and then just
maybe they're both the same at this point now, right? No, things are getting better. It's awesome.
Things are definitely getting better.
How do you feel about that? Did you read Secret Invasion? Were you reading Marvel at that time?
Nope, I have not read Secret Invasion.
Okay.
Actually. I think I've dabbled into it, but It's one of those things that I need to go back and read. Like right
But
now.
you've heard about it, right? You heard
Oh
about
yeah,
like
no,
all the
I know,
backlash and
yeah, I know, yeah. Yeah, it's one of those classic Marvel storylines, and eventually I knew it was going to be made.
The thing about it was it had a great setup and a great idea, and then a very reset had a very shitty execution. Like there's there's times where something can be good and maybe miss the landing, and you're like, okay, but 85% of it was still good. This was literally like a 5% start that was good, and then like a 95% just fizzle. Like I don't know why, but Marvel in about 2008-9 started becoming DC, where they were like, we're not going to let our characters change. We need to make sure that every event we have leaves everything pretty much the same. Look at how many resets. Look at the battle world. This is Marvel going forward. The battle. No, you have Reed Richards and his son and the Particle Man Molecule Man fix things in Secret Wars 2015/16. And then you're doing the Heroes Reborn or Return or whatever, Reimagine or whatever they're doing now. Like, what is it? Is it time for us to get back to the multiverse, man? Should we get back to an ultimate Marvel universe to kind of reboot everything for real, and this time really do like you did with Ultimate and keep it separate?
Yeah, why not?
Would you prefer to see it be more of a reverse this time, where the new Ultimate universe is like a legacy, or would you like to see the experimental stuff go that way and the main line go back to a more legacy? What would be more interesting to do?
Well, I think that DC was on the right track before they kind of had a major collapse over there. I don't know why they went that route, but they had their main storylines of what everything was going to be going on in the DCEU, and then they had their Elseworld stories. They had Black Label,
Right.
and they had the young readers line.
Like Marvel had Ultimate Knights / Max and 616 with some sprinklings of.
So in these Black Label lines, you can tell stories like the White Knight. You can tell stories like that amazing Constantine story that they had, and et cetera, and without and you can be dark, you can be gritty, you can show Batman naked. Oh wait, you can't do that because then they censored it real quick. You can do whatever you want and not mess up the continuity of your mainstream stories, because those stories will in the long run have consequences, because they're supposed to connect with the universe altogether.
Yeah.
Even as crazy as things got pre-Crisis, after Crisis they try to really focus everything back, and then New 52 happened, and then they try to restitch everything back with Rebirth, and so on and so on. And then you had this horrible event called Death Metal, and now we are where we are.
Metal
so
Knights.
I do think that, have your main storyline with all your heroes, and don't do anything. You can still do things that are
crossovers and major
very
events, kill people. Yeah.
But you can also have other places where you can experiment with characters and try different things, miniseries and whatnot, and that way everybody has a little bit to read, and so it broadens your audience, and you're able to hopefully attract more people that way. And I am craving a Marvel reboot in comics, man, because I'll be there day one trying to pick stuff up. I was there for that X-Men supposed reboot.
Yeah.
And then it took them like 3 issues to make 18 other titles and leave me exactly where I was before.
Yeah.
But that's why I am thankful for classic stuff. But
Yeah.
right now I'm reading like Ghost Rider. I'm reading some Carnage stuff from the past, and just kind of getting caught up with older characters, and then eventually we'll move forward.
Yeah. One day we'll see. We'll see what comes down the tube. You've got the movies starting to dictate more and more of the content, and we could look at things being what's good or bad, whatever. But I'll tell you what is good is definitely checking out our YouTube channel. We have a crap ton of content, as you guys can clearly see. Celebrity interviews, wonderful full podcasts covering anime, Star Wars, Marvel, the Daily COG. Look how many times that's up there. It's almost like it's up there like five times a week. Breaking Geek Radio, I am definitely really proud of Christine and I doing our anime Mayversal midnight run. If you like anime, if you like mature anime, not the H word, okay? This is rated R, not X type stuff. Go check out the midnight run. It was a lot of fun. And then of course all these amazing interviews, and the best way to be able to see all that, of course, is I'm not trying to get there. I'm just trying to get to our regular channel and show you I can't find the damn subscribe button. You guys can see it clearly. Hit that damn thing. Manny, talk a bit about some of those celebrity interviews we got going on, and some other ones that might be coming up. You're muted, bud.
I don't even remember pressing mute.
You
So I
got
got
headphones, you wouldn't have that problem. Just saying.
No, fuck headphones. I don't look all weird with it.
Be
So I got the
professional.
this week. I have the cast of Middlemost, which is a Nickelodeon cartoon, as well as the cast of the upcoming new series, The Patrick Show, Patrick Star Show, which is of course, it's just Patrick, because SpongeBob is going to be no more, and I have the voice actor for Patrick, which in the interview he started off by talking like Patrick, and that threw me off completely, man. So much fun. I love interviewing voice actors because of that reason, because sometimes they'll just throw a voice out of nowhere, and you like the face does not match the voice that they're doing. It's like an older gentleman, he looks like he looks very doesn't look like I couldn't tell you what he did for a living just by looking at him. I just would never know that guy voices Patrick Star just by looking at him. So yeah, I got those coming up this week.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool. Other than the YouTube guys, like I mentioned earlier, we've got a podcast network, the Genreverse Podcast Network, brought to you by LRM Online. All those amazing shows that I just mentioned on YouTube, the audio formats are on Spotify, SoundCloud, things like that. Like I said, not everyone has our 1,000+ episodes library of all these various shows, interviews, and things on the podcast network, but SoundCloud does. We're not sponsored or anything by them, but full catalog back there. You can see some awesome social media information down below. If you can't, find me at that Kamalo on Twitter. Find him at LRM_Emmanuel on Twitter. Other than that, man, I think that's it. It's been a wonderful Monday. We appreciate you guys showing up, and we will talk to you next time.
Yep.